Welcome into the Instant Reraise podcast. I am one of four hosts. With me, as always, 8, AndyHara, Beastaru. How you doing today, guys?
Doing pretty good. Doing pretty good.
Good.
Doing okay.
Doing okay. All right. So what are we, 3 weeks into this game now, guys? 3, 4
3
weeks?
weeks.
What is it? 3
Yeah,
weeks?
3-ish.
weeks,
3 and a
yeah.
half, 3. Yep.
Anybody lost their
Something lost.
job, lost loved ones? Anyone
Nope.
leave them? Yeah, we're good. We're being responsible adults.
So far, so good.
Yeah, so far.
Good. Good. All right. On this week's we took a week off. Holidays and family events and all that stuff. We got kind of wrapped up in it. So we took a week off. I think we feel a little refreshed, ready to jump into some topics. We're gonna start with some progression talk, guys. And basically what we're gonna kind of go over here is what we've been seeing as we've been leveling, where we currently are among our player character levels, crafting levels, and where we plan to go after that. And then we'll touch a little bit on the economy. I think it's important to touch on that because it got really out of control there for a while, and I think it's starting
Yeah.
to finally come back.
It
We'll
did.
discuss that after, yeah. So progression. Why don't we go around, kind of tell? Well, maybe we'll do this as like a weekly thing where we just kind of touch what jobs we've been leveling, what we consider our current main, because I think we're going to be unlocking some advanced jobs soon. Spoiler alert.
Mhm.
8, why don't you tell us where you're at right now? What do you got going on?
Yeah, so right now I am leveling White Mage. I am up to level 28. So I haven't really been EXPing too much outside, like when we get together, every like couple hours a day, or whenever, a couple times a week, I should say. So it's good. Gear, I haven't really bothered. Since I'm gonna switch over to Bard as soon as I go 30, so 2 more levels. There's really no point for me to invest too much in White Mage gear at this point. Outside of like maybe some MP stuff if I take it at 37 down the line. But I'm just gonna switch over to Bard pretty soon. But yeah, no, outside of that, I've been grinding away at crafting. Cooking is now at 53. So
It's
it's
insane.
no, it was I know life did a little bit over the holidays. I had like 40 a weekend. But yeah, I got it there. So
Your fishing's not too shabby either.
no, I think I have like a 21 and 22 right there.
That's
So
still pretty crazy
It
for
is
fishing.
good. I really think you're at like 23 if I remember the screenshot.
maybe I
He's checking it now.
I
Eight's
think you're
currently fishing
further
at the
than you
moment.
think you are.
yeah, no, you're right. I am 23. Yeah.
Yep. So I have a question for you. Do you still are you considering Ninja?
Not
I
right
haven't
now.
heard I hadn't heard you talk about it for a while.
Nah, I'm gonna do Bard. After like I saw the parties and everybody, missing. I'm like, we need
Whiffing.
support.
Yeah.
And like White Mage seemed interesting, but so many people are leveling White Mage.
Mm.
I got a feeling it's gonna be no issue getting a White Mage. And eventually, once I get tired of support or want a break from it, I'm probably gonna go monk. Party with a few
Ooh.
monks and
That
looks
one
good.
monk was very appealing. He did a
Yeah.
good job. He knew his job, and I think he opened all our eyes that night.
Uh-huh.
For sure.
Monk still got it. So yeah, I'm gonna. But before I level monk, I want to get the purple belt. Oh, I can't get the brown belt, can I?
The brown belt should be in game.
Does it require the purple belt though? Can't
Yes.
remember.
I thought that went purple, brown, black.
Yeah,
Didn't
that's
it?
progression, but like I don't know if you need to trade it in, so you lose one. I can't remember, but yeah, I want to get at least a purple belt. It's pretty easy to get. Just gotta go kill some rams. So I'll probably need assistance because I don't know how much I can do with Bard. Nah, I should be able to kill it with Bard.
Ram
Sing it to death.
Jam.
Sing-
It's cool that you brought up White Mage and that there's so many White Mages on the server right now. It's because of the Gil. It's so hard to get Gil,
Yeah.
and there are teletrains all the time. And if you don't know what that is, it's just teleports upon teleports upon teleports. It's
Mhm.
crazy how much these White
Yes.
Mages are making right now.
Because these goddamn scrubs. Nobody wants to
Yeah.
kill the trees.
It's all
yeah,
about the
now
we
we
have
just
trees.
to
warp.
kill that tree. We're gonna have
I
to
should-
kill the trees.
Yeah, should we make a public service announcement about that? I don't think a lot of people know about the Treants and the
I
Starlight.
think they know.
Right.
I
They
think it's
know
just
they're
people are
being lazy.
Well, okay, we're gonna pause progression real quick for a second here. We're gonna talk about these treants because in OG, as I think either Beast or 8 brought up, they actually canceled the event in original because no one was killing them or couldn't kill them. I'm not sure which one it was, but they actually canceled it and opened up the outpost warps. And in case you don't know, the treants, when you kill, was it 11 of them or 12 of them? It's a lot of them.
It's a
11.
Yeah,
lot.
Yeah.
and they level cap
11
you,
or
at
12 or
least in Horizon. I'm not sure if it was an OG, but you talk to a Moogle. It's just like Eshkin retail now, which is super exciting. I didn't know that OG Final Fantasy 11 had a zone-wide event
Yeah.
that everybody could pile on the tree or a mob and destroy it. I never knew that was a thing.
And if you
Probably 'cause
die,
it
you
was
don't
removed.
lose XP.
Correct, which is also awesome because losing XP in this game is extremely it
Yeah.
sucks.
Disheartening.
Yeah,
It
it's rough
sucks.
stuff. So it's like a all reward, no punishment event, which is super rare for Final Fantasy 11. So you go to each zone, you sign up at the Moogle, you get level capped depending on what zone you're in. It'll be a different level cap, I'm assuming, and then you go and kill the treant. But nobody's doing it, or at least not a lot of people are doing it. So it's cool. It's definitely it's. If I had known that was a thing, I think if a lot of players knew that was a thing in OG, I think it would have been something we'd see a lot more often with the content. But I don't think they ever went back to it until Eshka was released with the dragons, domain invasions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right, tangent over. Go kill trees, guys. Go kill the
Please.
treants. The sparkly treants, little sparkles on their head. Go kill them. Beast, where you're at with your progression with your characters?
Currently at Black Mage 28. I literally just dinged 28 soloing in Dunes before we got on. So I'm like 50 some points into 28. My White Mage, I got to 20 and kind of stalled it out. 8 took over White Mage. I went to Black Mage. And I'm remembering why I enjoyed it so much. It's just it's such a fun job, especially in Horizon. It's a really fun job. I have 0 crafts at all. Still bogarting all the crystals in that. I'm trying to give Pip and 8 all my crystals that they need to try to help them power level their crafts, because that's only going to benefit all of us. And that's really it. That's where I'm sitting. Eventually, I'll pick something up. You've got Alchemy Pip.
Yep.
And we've got 8 on cooking. So I'm still considering leather. Just to do leather. Just because it's what I did in retail. I had it maxed out on retail. So it's just a lot of sub jobs to have to, or sub crafts to level.
Yeah. I'm definitely learning that as a new crafter myself. But yeah, Andy, where you're at? Or Beast, did you have anything else before we
Nope.
move on?
No, that was
Okay.
it.
All right. Go ahead, Andy.
Well, right now, struggling to log in.
That is
Talk about that a little bit later too.
yeah.
But so far, level 27 warrior. I've leveled monk and thief a little bit to both of those to level 7. So yes, I have a under leveled sub job. Big deal. I
At
don't
this point,
care.
there's no reason to even.
There's no point because I'm just trying to make it to 30 to where I can unlock paladin and be the resident tank of the group. So
Nice.
but I do plan on unlocking Dark Knight. Go figure. That's in the cards too. So
Yeah.
a little bit of fishing. Not nearly as much as 8, but I'll get there eventually. If I
Yeah.
could ever get logged into the fucking game.
Okay. Well, I will say I'm a bit jealous of your steadfasts and dedication because warrior, paladin, and Dark Knight all use the same gear. So really, throughout the leveling process, you're probably going to be pretty golden as long as you hold on to some of it.
Yeah, I have been holding on to the lower level gear just for that reason.
Sure.
It's worth nothing now because the curve, the
Yeah.
level curve of
Yeah,
this
the level curve
server
is gone.
is gone. So people aren't trying to get that low level gear too much anymore. So it's been dropping down below 1,000 a lot of the time. So which is nice,
Good.
but
Good. Yeah.
myself, I am a level 28 thief. I've not really touched anything since jumping from warrior over to thief. I do plan on once we get to 30, I am going to be unlocking Beastmaster. I was teetering there for a little bit. I wasn't sure if I was going to go Ranger because I have nostalgia with Ranger in era and OG. But I'm gonna go Beastmaster because I hadn't played it Beastmaster in. I played it in current, you know, current retail, but I haven't played it back then when Charm was actually pretty viable strategies and stuff like that. So I'm gonna try that out. It brings a lot of utility. I did confirm on the Beastmaster thread that ready moves are there. There is no distance correction for giving your pet commands, so you can sit a mile back and send it commands. You don't have to be right next to it. You can
Nice.
reward it from a mile away. Yeah. The reward calculation is the same as it is in retail, so it's going to be based off your mind plus gear and all that jazz. So I'm excited. It feels like I know the job, but I don't know the job because charming is a whole mechanic that I've really never played with. So I am super excited about doing that. For crafting, I've been just hitting alchemy. I'm at level 18 right now. The rank right before novice, and yeah, making echo pots for the group now.
Nice.
So it's gonna be good, hopefully, and I'll be on the sneak pots because those that will be a little bit of a moneymaker, especially if I can get to like 29. I can use olive oil and beeswax, so make a little bit of money there. But yeah, no, it's just a crafting. I'm learning crafting for the first time, and it is an eye opener because you go from like 10,000 gil and you feel awesome, and then you go down to like 100 gil or even lower than that, and you're like, oh dang.
You just gotta wait for things to sell before you can start
That's
doing
right.
it again. Yeah.
That's right. And so far, lucky with the population being so big that I think it's made it easier. Whereas retail, I think a lot. If you're starting off a craft, you're probably just burning gil at that point. I don't think there's too much resale value in low crafting there. So that's good.
Yeah, but retail is a whole different beast because you got sparks, so it's guaranteed like 2 million basically
Yeah,
every
that's
single
true.
week.
That's true. That's true. I completely forgot about that whole system. So I am glad. And talking about progression, I'm glad that the grind is there. I enjoy the grind. I enjoy grindy games. It's rewarding. And especially as you're grinding actual levels versus like mastery levels or job points. I mean, job points are kind of different, but like mastery levels where you're just kind of getting stat increases or attribute increases. This is like you're getting job abilities, you're getting skill ups, you're getting new weapon skills. You know, it's fun and it's exciting. So I've really enjoyed the progression so far.
And I enjoy getting spells. I like have budget which spells I actually want or we need.
Yeah, there's a
Uh,
huge budget, like prioritizing.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and that's part of the strategy too, right? So like melee characters have to keep up, especially tanks, have to keep up with their gear as they level because monsters hit harder, right?
They do. They do.
Yeah, and also they should have an appropriate sub job leveled so that they get maximum HP.
All right, that's enough with the digs. Okay.
But then you have mages where maybe gear's not as important at this point, but spells, of course, are extremely important because that gives you more versatility in how
Yeah,
you approach fights.
I'm rocking fishing gear for a lot of these fights. Level 1.
Hey, I always see you in the Santa suit or the Santa gloves and boots,
Gloves.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I just
lock style.
box out that, yeah.
Yeah, nice, nice. Yeah, Thief. So the weird thing about Thief to me is that like it's okay. It's a DD, I guess, but it's more like support DD where it's just kind of, I can't even hate management right now. I can kind of off tank a little bit with evasion, but it hasn't been feeling that rewarding. I don't feel like I have a place beyond TH, Treasure Hunter. So I'm happy to move on to something else that's maybe a little bit more supportive, like bringing out Pondering Pete. Well, not Pondering Pete, but like NQ Pondering Pete, level
Yeah.
23 bunny. So I'm looking forward to a little bit more things to do during battle, and then in a year when Dancer comes out, I'll be all over that. So, but yeah.
Oh man.
So, what's up?
They want to do blue mage. Wait, no, that's not till later.
That's Ottergon. No, Ottergon is Blue Mage. Dancer's
Changed.
Wings are the goddess.
Dancer's Wings. Okay.
Yeah, Dancer's Wings. Ottergon is Blue Mage, Corsair, and
Scholar.
a Scholar.
No,
No,
Scholar's Wings.
Scholar's Wings. Who was there another one?
I thought there was
Ooh, I
change.
finally made it in, guys.
Oh, jeez. All right, so before we get into our next topic, which is going to be like economy and stuff like that, we'll talk about the server. I think a lot of people out there, myself included sometimes, frustration levels rise, of course, blah, 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 blah. Here's the thing, guys. This is a free-to-play server.
Yeah.
You're getting a full retail experience, OG, original experience, amazing experience for free. Just chill out a little bit. I know we all get frustrated. It's okay to vent and blah, 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 but don't attack the devs. I've seen some pretty nasty stuff in the Discord, and just don't do it. Nobody wants to see that. I hope they ban you from
I hope they
Discord.
ban
I
you.
really do.
I'm sure
I
they
really
will
do,
hang out
because
people eventually.
these devs are using their own free time away from their friends and family
Yeah,
to
making nothing.
to support the game. Like, just chill out. Don't at the devs specifically and say what's going on. Don't immediately run to the Discord and say, "Is the servers down? What's going on? Fix it now. Let me in." Like, just chill out, relax.
Or
Just
implement a queue system like it's that easy.
I've
Right,
never had a
um,
time where I didn't persistently at least try and I didn't get in.
right.
It does take a while. Sometimes it takes a lot less time, but I've never had a problem just persistently coming over and
Mhm.
click it, whatever. I get that, like Pip said, it is frustrating at times. But honestly, it hasn't been that frustrating for me because, like you said, it's free.
Right.
I know they're trying their best. They're making nothing off of it. They're spending their money to keep a server running, and their personal time away from their family and everything else to keep it going. I think the least we could do is have a little bit of understanding with them.
Yeah, and they're aware. Like they've already addressed it. Like they're aware. They're working on finding tweaks. So it will get corrected or fixed or improved. I think the game right now, like there's not many people doing endgame. Like if you got like disconnected and couldn't get back in dynamics or something like that, like okay,
That would be, yeah.
Right.
that could be very frustrating. But like if you lose an XP party, like it's not that big of a deal.
There's
You can get
plenty of
another.
people left.
Yeah.
There's plenty of people left in each range of leveling.
One thing you
I
don't have
mean-
to worry about is finding another party, at least
Yeah.
at this point.
Right. The
Unless
people
you're
I
white
kinda-
mage, apparently.
The people I kind of feel bad for are the people buying chocobos and then they get booted
Oh,
off the server.
Yeah,
that
that
one's
would-
a little rough. I understand a little bit more frustration for them, but even still, listen, it's just time. It's just you'll get it back. It's just a little bit more time. That's it.
Well, you get back that 1,000 gil. Okay.
Well, no, that's gone. So
it's gone.
go kill a tree.
At
And-
least, yeah, really. There you go. Motivation. I did see where they said the trees are not part of the Christmas event, so get to chopping or you be walking.
so good.
Yeah, that was
that
great.
Shu that put that out there?
I don't
I
think
like
it
Shu.
was.
Or was it Kipling?
I think it was Kipling. Yep.
Kipling, yeah. All the devs are super hilarious. They're super funny.
Yeah, and that's what makes it also less frustrating when there's issues is they communicate.
Yeah.
They have a sense of humor. They're not just like dry, like, and they're doing the best that they can.
Right.
So
They play the game. They're just as
they
frustrated.
want it. Yeah, exactly. They
as
want it
we
to work
are.
as much as we do.
Right.
Yeah.
You see Eric streaming every once in a while talking about random stuff, and he's literally playing the game.
Mhm.
Like he's white maging as he's doing his Twitch stream. So it's like, listen, just chillax. Everybody wants to be in. Nobody wants to be out. Just give it a few minutes between login attempts, and you'll be okay. You'll
Yep.
be okay. All
You
right.
sure?
You made it
just
in,
got
right?
in. Yeah, you just
Yeah,
got in.
It
only
took
took
me
10 minutes.
from 10 minutes before we started recording
So
till
20 minutes.
till now.
Yeah, it's
Wait,
fine.
how
You
many
got
minutes
in
are we into recording?
persistency.
Yeah, you're fine. All right. So we'll move on to the economy now, guys. Now, so some things have happened in the server where people have been banned and phishing exploits were found out. And
Mhm.
if you were, guys, don't do exploits. It's that easy. Just don't do exploits. They will find you. they have a particular set of skills that they've worked on a really long time. They will
There's a
find you and you will be
crafting exploit
deleted.
too.
Yeah, there's
Major
been a whole
crafting
bunch. Yeah, so that was the synthesis one, right? Or
exploit.
no,
Mhm.
the breakdown. What is it called?
Decent.
A
Um,
decent,
Decent.
yes.
Yeah, decent. Oh my god, how did I not remember that? A desynthesis where you were getting up major levels. So, and then the clothesline pole. That one I still believe is still. They have not brought their stats back up or whatever. It's still a crap pole.
Don't
Yeah,
forget about the silver rings
And then the silver ring thing in Mora.
that we stumbled upon and reported immediately.
Yes,
We did.
We did. We reported it in a respectful amount of time to not take advantage of it.
Yeah. It's a game.
Anyway,
So
yeah, we didn't know it was an exploit until we realized a few in that were like, oh boy,
well,
this
I don't
is
I still don't know because what was it like? We were there. We were waiting there. We were waiting on the boat.
yep.
Yeah,
Because Beast had missed
we
the
were
first
there.
time
I
we were
missed
waiting
it.
there.
Yeah, of
we were
course.
10 minutes at most.
10
Like
minutes.
everybody was like 10, 11 rings. You guys popped out in like
Yeah, it
10
was like,
minutes.
uh-oh,
I was like, what?
this is an
But
exploit.
and you
think
guys just NPC'd them too. Like they go for like 1,000 on the auction house, and you guys just NPC'd them for like
Oh,
250.
you gotta remind me about that.
Well,
Yeah.
they did, but they immediately dropped. There was like 300 or 400 silver
They
rings
did.
on there.
Yeah.
But was that using the desynth recipe? Is that why they were so popular on the AH?
I think
I have
so.
no idea.
I
I
want to
don't
So
say
know if
people are
they
yes.
used
leveling up
it.
using that?
Don't they use that for like just the other rings too, like with jewels and stuff? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know that side
I
of the
think it
have
was
craft.
no
giving them
idea
like
about gold.
ingots, 2 or 3 ingots back for desynthing it.
That's why they were so expensive then, right there. That's interesting. Okay. So as the economy, and we knew this from the beginning because it's a fresh economy. There was absolutely zero on the AH, right? So we were all expecting for it to grow slowly, and it did. The gear was relatively cheap, then got really expensive really fast, especially for the low teens to 20 gear before the level curve kind of grew out of it. It was expensive. I mean, it was like 5 to 8K before anybody really had anything going on. And it's like, okay, there's definitely some exploits going on here. Like people are getting money way too fast. And
Mm-hmm.
I think the major one was the clothesline pole. People fishing outside of their
Oh,
appropriate
everybody's getting
rank.
their loose shanks.
Yep, everyone's getting their loose shangs and stuff like
People got them
that. And then you
taken
have like
away.
people taken away.
Yeah,
Yep,
didn't they take? They took it away from all those people, didn't
they
they?
did.
Not
And they
all
banned
of
some of
them.
the
Some of them.
the guy who got the first loose shangs on the server got banned, right? Because he inappropriately used the clothesline pole and kind of knew about the exploit.
I don't know
I'm
if he
pretty
got
sure
banned or not.
I don't know if there was anything official. Like everything here is like it's based on the Discord, so like you'll see
Okay.
people chatting about it, but like the devs didn't actually say who got banned. But
Okay. There's
Yeah,
a
they
I
whole
didn't
think
name
he,
any names.
I think he came out and like during the patch, I saw in one of the streams. I forget who streamed, but they were talking about it.
Mhm.
I did see they just said, and it could be everybody, but some people lost their loose shangs. Like they got
Yep.
them taken away. And
Maybe
it could
they-
be all the people. I don't know. Maybe they just said some to keep it generic, and that way
Right.
people. They did say if somebody has their loose shangs, they earned it. So there's no question. If you see somebody who has one, they earned it officially. So there you go.
I haven't seen any recently. I haven't really been checking Fisher dudes or Fisher dudettes recently because I haven't really been in towns where fishing is a thing. I've been doing alchemy pretty much constantly when I'm not partying with you guys, so I haven't seen any loose shangs in the wild recently. But yeah, so the economy right now, I think, is at its most stable after the last round of bans and exploit fixes. The reason I say that is because, and I think we all noticed this too. Um, uh, if we didn't struggle so much with the inventory, I think we would have stocked up on crystals early on. I think Beast had attempted to do that, but then ran out of space. But crystals are starting to equalize where they should be. Either
Like
2,000 a stack and then like 200 to 300 per crystal. Like that's the appropriate level range for crystals. Even higher than that, I would assume. And some of the really expensive ones are coming down, but that's level curve. That's not really exploit. That's people haven't gotten to the right zones yet to get the appropriate crystal. Like once people hit Quiffum, lightning crystals plummeted. The same thing will happen when people get to Bucidine and Zarkabard. But so that was good to see too.
yeah, and yeah, the economy is good. There's a lot of undercutting going on.
A lot of
Crafting.
from
undercrafting.
from
Yeah.
the
People
crafting,
crafting.
like
That's normal.
the insect paste, like it goes from like 1,000 to like 1,500, like within hours.
Volatile.
It's very volatile, but like usually like I throw it up there 1,500 and like let it sit for. Doesn't sell immediately.
Mhm.
If I need the guild immediately, I'll undercut too. But otherwise, I just put it at the price, and the following day usually it's already been sold. Same thing with like Mocarp. Like it's gone down to like 800 at one point. Then it goes up to like 1,500 was the most I seen it. But
I think
like
it's at 1,200 right now.
yeah,
Yeah.
that should be like at 5,000. Like why is it so low still?
It should be up high, and that will come with the crystals. That will come with crystals. Once crystals stabilize and go up, everything else has to go up. It has to because to get the insect ball paste, what do you use? Earth crystals or is it water?
It's Earth and it's like 200
Earth.
gil a stack.
Right. So that will go up once the demand for it should go up as it goes. Everything else goes up because there could be like 300 fire crystals on the AH, but it's still holding at 1,500 a stack, and I think it's up to 2,000. You showed me today. So um, the other crystals will go up. It all depends where the masses are going to level their crafts, right?
Yeah.
I mean, water stack is like 200 gil right now too, so it'll all go up, and it will follow the crystal train as people get out of these early level zones. Gustaberg and Saruta Baruta and Ronifers, the earth crystals will dry up, the wind crystals will dry up, and I think wind already went up, and the water crystals will dry up. It'll stabilize, and it will push the market into a certain direction, and people will make more money. The weird thing, and I'm not sure if it's weird. I think it was always like this, but singles. Always look at singles, guys, when you're selling, because it might be worthwhile to wait a little bit longer selling singles. Because a lot of times when you do the math, it looks like singles will get you a lot more profit than just selling a stack. It's just how it is. But there's other times where a single sells for way less, like cobalt jellyfish. It's like 2,000 a stack, but it's only 100 per jellyfish. So when I was making mercury, that was the way I was doing it. So just keep an eye out for that. Now, do you guys think that? So okay, so we got two sides of the thing here. On my screen right now, me and Nate are on the bottom. We're crafting right now. We got Beast and Andy up top, who don't have as much game time as me and 8 have. Do you think there's an advantage to crafting versus not crafting, and from a gill inflow
100%.
perspective?
It seems like it to me. I'm
Yeah,
still
I mean,
like at 3,000 gil, I think. I have a rough time.
I mean, I've earned some decent money fishing. It's just finding the time to do it. I mean, by the time I get home from work and I come home, I eat and I hop on and we're grinding levels. It's like I don't really have a ton of time between getting home and jumping on with you guys to level. I try to sneak it in when I can, but I mean, if I work from home, yeah, I'd sneak in as much as I could here and there, during the day, but it's not that easy. I mean, I'm fishing right now.
It
I'm not
is.
gonna
Yeah,
lie. I'm
I think we're still nickel and diming everything, right? Like
well, yeah,
we need to get to a point. I'm hoping that's soon where we can start doing some of the BCNMs. Because the Utsusami ni, like I seen it go on for like 100 some K. Like that's some crazy easy money. Doing Royal Jelly. I remember I used to do that quite a bit. There's also like
Wings of
camping and
Fury.
Nems, Wings of Fury, getting the Astral Rings. Um there's things. It's just like, what are we going to prioritize? If we prioritize making money, we can make money. But we just want to get a 30 so we can get an advanced job. So I think by next week we'll probably be in a much better place.
yeah.
And I think it's kind of telling. So we had the people not crafting, and not by like choice. It's kind of like just how it has to happen, right? It's not enough game time. But what you guys are saying is that crafting is worth it. It seems like there's more gill inflow. So I think we can say that the economy is working as intended.
Well, yes and no.
Okay.
Because if we weren't crafting, it's just time.
It's true.
Because we could be out there killing rabbits, right? And we'll still get gill.
Yeah.
Probably more than crafting, because we spend everything to level up crafting, and like it's just a cycle.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I think what I was like at 10,000 when I took cooking from 0 to like 40ish, I think. Like it went from like 0 to like 10,000, back to 0, 10,000, back to 0, 10,000. So like I never really broke that 10,000 until recently. But again, it's time. It's not. I don't know if
It's
crafting
progression.
really has an advantage. It's just the fact that we have more time to play.
Right.
But if we use that time to go out and farm, like beeswax or even low level stuff like fire crystals, just go and get a bunch of fire crystals. I think you'll see probably a better return on your investment than crafting.
Yeah.
Because there is no scaling
Yeah.
up. It's 100% profit for your time.
I agree with you. But we are investing in the future, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
So while you could get those quick profits will dry up eventually when the majority of people no longer need those low level mats to level up and progress. The meats, cockatrice meat, you brought it up a few times. That was a hot ticket item because meat mythic kebabs.
Favorite thing, fuck meat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the staple of Final Fantasy 11. I mean, they sold T-shirts with it on it, right? Like it's the food of choice for all DD kind, and at some point, that food's gonna be obsolete. The
'Cause
majority of the
sushi.
population will be sushi, accuracy food. So I agree that yes, but that's the thing, right? So the economy is working because gatherers are getting a profit to reinvest into the crafters making the armor. The armorers are making a profit. Well, not a profit, but they're making enough to buy more of the gathering materials to then put back into their craft. So yes, nobody should be getting rich, right? They're gathering to spend it on the gear that's being made. The gear that are making it are reinvesting it back into their crafts for later. But at the end game, I think the people who will pull ahead are the crafters.
It will be, especially once they start
Because
HQing stuff.
exactly. And then once the end game link shells start, those crafters will be making like scorpion harnesses. Gosh, I can't even remember. It's not Era. It's not I think you posted a picture of it. The black mage, the magey robes at 72, 75, whatever.
Yeah.
Like all that gear.
Should be era-ish for the
Yeah.
time period.
Well, then the name of it, not Era, but it's like Erident.
Oh,
Errant.
errant.
Oh, thank you. So that type of gear. So I think the crafters will pull ahead. I think it's a good investment to start a craft now, especially with crystal prices so low. Once those equalize, it's going to be very hard to get into a craft.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it's definitely gonna be pricier to level up. So yeah, you're right. Like right now, the economy is, I don't know, man. Like if it's, everything should go up. Like crystals, like when we started, like crystals went for what, 800 gil less.
Little.
It was cheap.
You know, if somebody comes into the game, like, you know, say like in a couple of months or even a year, and their crystal going for 5K, then like, yeah, they're not gonna have the same struggle. They're not gonna have to kill 1,000 fucking rabbits,
right?
Just to get enough to get like a leather thing. Like they're gonna have an easier time. So it's time spent, and if you add up all the gil and account for inflation, are we really that better off than somebody that just sold everything from the get-go?
Probably not. I mean,
no. The reason I like cooking is like I don't have to worry about somebody else like jacking up the price of like insect paste. Right now, it's going for like 1,500. It costs like 700 to guild and make, really, or less if you can get the most one from the guild.
Gotcha.
So like I don't have to worry about that. So it's nice to have somebody in our group that can cook. That way we don't have to worry about paying a premium price on food down the line.
Yeah. I
Yep.
agree.
That's a really good point.
That's why I don't mind funding what I can as far as crystals or the meat, things like that we get. I don't mind dropping it to you because it's like I said, only going to benefit us all as a group.
Yep.
Yeah. Thank you for the defense food, by the way.
Yep, absolutely. But I think the gathering, I think, is simpler. If you have a job that can kill things, like you can go kill tiger. I saw a streamer go like kill tigers like literally all day, and they made like 100K just fucking killing tigers.
Jeez.
But they were there like literally all day. But still, like
it's time.
They were warrior / thief, and I can't do that.
Right.
So it's all time. Like I think the equation to everything is time. You fish is consistent because most of this time you just NPC whatever you get. So it's like you
Yep.
don't have to worry about the auction house. You don't need to worry about
Yeah.
putting things on for sale. Then all of a sudden somebody undercuts, so now you have to relist them at a lower price.
Or
And then
just wait it out.
Yeah.
or wait it out for like sometimes even days. Like all of a sudden, but if you need the gill, you need the gill now. So
Yeah.
It's my gill, and I need it now. I will say pure gathering has crossed my mind because it is the easiest way to gill. It is. But it's empty because as soon as you spend it, it's gone and you have nothing to fall back on. It's gone. Crafting has always been push it to a certain point where you can HQ something at a lower and then you make profits.
yeah, the
So-
HQ game is going to be always going to make profit. Like if you can HQ stuff, it's going to be great. But
So
I think I don't know what the cap is, but I'm guessing it's like in the hundreds, right?
is Era 100 crafting skill?
I
I don't know.
believe it would be
thought it was 70.
100, and then you'd have plus 5-ish with your guild
Stuff.
stuff. Yeah, gloves and that.
What
I
wasn't
always
it like?
thought
I
it
want
was
to say it was
60,
105.
and then plus 10 was the max. So you got to get 1 to 70. Like you can get all 60 if you wanted to, but you could only push 1 to 70.
Yes.
And then Ever Plus was you could push it up to
all
100
to 70.
eventually. Yeah. Or all to 70, yeah. That's what I thought it was. I don't remember.
Wasn't cooking and fishing outside of that though? Or
Yes,
are they
cook-
consider like
cooking
full
is
craft?
no, fishing is definitely considered its own craft that you could take to 100.
But
Cooking is not. Yeah.
right.
One
Oh,
thing you
so
guys are forgetting when it comes to making a profit off of synthing and that is the money you're going to put towards guild points. Because you lose, that's 100% loss.
Yep. You got to hope you get lucky. You got
I
to hope you
mean,
get lucky.
It's not 100% loss because you're gaining something from it, but as far you're not making money off of it. You're just hoping that the gear that you're going to get with those points is going to make you money in the end.
Yeah, like right now I'm at 10,000 guild points. And I think I need 30,000 to get the key item for raw fish handling to make sushi. So at 2,000 a day, like in 10 days is the very minimum I can do as long as it's not. Well, like I said, I've been getting the crafts haven't been too bad. They're all 100% loss, and some of them cost like a K a craft. But
all the other crafts get what? Gloves and an apron? Because we're not in stall time, right? They didn't have stalls in Era. That was Era Plus, right?
like it's a hat and an apron for cooking, and
oh right.
I don't know what the other ones
gloves
are.
I
for
think
the majority
Alchemist is
of the rest.
glasses and apron.
Yes,
Is
you're
that
right. You're right.
Glasses and apron, and then woodworking is definitely gloves and apron. I think goldsmithing and blacksmithing are the same, gloves and apron. Woodwork, I already said working. What else is there? I'm forgetting something.
Leather crafts.
Cloth, yeah, all those I believe are still aprons and gloves.
Though, so you have 102 with the gear, and then I think there is one advanced synth guy that you can pay to get +2 or +3, which would make it 105. Would be the highest that you can get, if I'm not mistaken.
I was surprised to see the cost of advanced synth go up as you rank up. I was like, wait, why don't I start high and go lower? Reward me for my time.
True. That would be a good point. Yeah.
That would be nice.
They're making an investment in you. They should be getting more money from you.
Gosh dang.
Yeah.
Gosh dang.
Because in retail, that's how it works.
Yeah. Gill sinks everywhere. I did see before we kind of sign off here, I think we're wrapping up here, but chocobo caps are going to be removed eventually, soonish, per the devs in Discord chat.
It's going to go back up?
It's going to go back up, yeah. So we got to get killing trees, boys. So Horizonites out there, you know who you are. Go kill some trees.
Please.
I think there's one each one there.
We need to do it just as much as they do, but
yeah,
we need to go
we need to hit level 30 first.
Yeah, we're trying to hit 30 to get some inventory slots.
Listen, we'll hit 30, and then we'll have to level in East Run Fair, and if it happens to be there, we'll kill it.
We'll kill it. We'll just level sync down. It'll be fine. No one will
Yeah.
care. I think so before we sign off here, I think next episode, I think something I really do want to touch on, since we're going to be hitting that 30 threshold, is some of the battle systems within 11 or Horizon itself. I kind of want to touch on some of the ones 8 had mentioned before, and then some of the ones we're looking forward to, like the not so well known ones. And we'll take a look at the website. I'm talking about the Geo Warrior thing that you were talking about before.
Oh, Eco
So,
Warrior.
Eco Warrior.
Oh,
Thank
Eco
you.
Warrior.
Eco Warrior.
Eco
Yeah.
Warrior.
We'll talk
Yeah,
about some
yeah,
of the battle systems. We'll go a little bit more in depth with them, just to kind of give everybody out there a little heads up on what they are, what they do, and how you can make some money from them.
Yeah, I'd like to do. I'd like to do Eco Warrior.
Me too. A doesn't invite us.
I
He's
know.
on. He's a man in his own mission.
Stand on Sandy. Eventually, somebody will scream and like just hop on. Super easy.
Busted you. Just busted you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please go visit our websites, instantreraise.com. We have a YouTube/@Instant Reraise. We have Twitter and all that other stuff. You just look up Instant Reraise. You'll find us. Just do it because you want to. Do it. All right, this is Pipster signing off here for Beast, AndyHara, and 8. Y'all have a wonderful evening. What time is it?
I guess
Morning,
it depends on when they're
evening.
watching.
That's a good point. Have a wonderful life, everybody.
Take it easy.
Bye.
Have a good one.